Creating a table of contents using Pages. To start with, you need a new blank Pages document. At the top of your page, not in the header, you're going to type Table of Contents. Center that. Change your line spacing to double space. On the formatting toolbar, you should be able to do the drop down, change to double space. Then when you press enter, everything will automatically be double spaced. You then need to go back to the left align. If you click the left align button again on the formatting toolbar, your cursor will jump to the left margin. To set a tab for your table of contents, you're going to be using the ruler. If you cannot see the ruler on your screen, you're going to go up to View in the upper left-hand corner, use the drop-down box, and do Show Rulers. Obviously mine says Hide Ruler because mine's already on my screen. A table of contents contains the name of the chapter and the page it's located. And there are also often little dots that lead the person's eye from one spot to the other. Those are called leaders. So we're going to talk about how to set those. So when you're doing a tab, you always want to make sure your cursor is where you want the tabs to start, meaning I want them to be on this line, so I make sure my cursor is on this line. Then I'm going to come up to my ruler and I'm going to click on the ruler over on the right hand side because that's where I want the page number to be. So I'm just going to click up here and I'm going to get a triangle that faces off to the left hand side, and I know that from experience that that's a left tab. But we really want our numbers to line up on the right hand side, so I'm going to hold down the Control key and click on that tab itself, and when I do that and I'm still holding down the Control key, I can see there are 4 different kinds of tabs. I want the right tab, and when I choose that, it's going to change the direction of the little triangle that's on my screen. Now I've let go of my Control key so that I am no longer holding that down. If I want my number to be as far over to the right as my margin, I'm just going to drag it all the way over to the right hand side. So now when I type the name of my first chapter, and in this case I'm going to be generic and type chapter 1, and I push my tab key, it's going to jump over to the right hand side. And then I would type whatever page that particular chapter started on. That's good, except it makes it a little more difficult to read because these items are so far apart, so it'd be great if I could add some leaders. So now I'm going to come up to my inspector, and I'm going to open my inspector, and I'm going to make sure that I am on the text tab here, so that's the one with a big T, and from there I'm going to choose the tabs portion of this, and this shows me that I have a tab set, I'm looking down the bottom here, at 6.5 inches, and I'm going to click on that. And then from there you're going to see leader, and that leader says none, and I'm going to use the triangle on this and hold it down and choose the dots. And when I choose the dots, it's going to automatically place those on my screen. Now what's nice about this, just once I press enter and I start typing in my next chapter, then I can push my tab key and the dots automatically appear. It's remembering that from the last time, and so then I can say this was maybe on page 3. Now obviously you're going to have better chapter names than chapter 1, chapter 2. Yours might be, for example, something about your name you had. So you might have had a chapter that you wrote about your name. You might have had something about your house. And you're going to continue on from there until you have all of the chapters that you need. Again, this was creating a table of contents using Pages.